Hi there. Here am I again, at least to continue on the topic I've been talking about pocket knife, your intellectual weapon. Pocket knife that could be your savior, that could save your actor from trouble. Do you understand? And I have shared from the first video how the skills could be the pocket knife that could save you. And my second video, I spoke about the fact that education too could also be your pocket knife in the midst of so many weapons. That education that you think that you want to despise might be the pocket knife that could be your savior. And so I'm going to be continuing on that education in this video again. And I will be using some other instances where education had been the savior, that for the fact that they were educated saved them. You understand now? From the topsy turvy of life. You understand now? From the quagmire of life that could have been that could have created trouble for them. From the quagmire of life, that could have made them to become frustrated. You understand now? And to save yourself from this ulabaloo, that is the reason why you have to also seek education. And someone who was saved from an ulabaloo was a guy. Fine. He was educated. He went to school. Probably he would have been thinking that what did I come out with? Hey, this one cannot even get me any job. He can't do anything for me. True life story, true life event. He actually graduated with a pass in a university. And coming out after a year, he was just moving around, he was somebody carrying pass all around. You understand? We want to employ him. He was just like, this is just the end of the road. He can't use this certificate for anything. But do you know that there was an opportunity waiting for him? And this opportunity wasn't looking forward for the grade he came out with in the university. Of course, I am not trying to say that it is not good to work hard to have a good grade. Please don't get me wrong, because we have to balance it. However, this life is different. Everybody will have to face, you have to face your race. I mean, you have to run your race rather. Do you understand now? Everybody will have to run his or her race, and your race might not be the same as the race I will run. And you understand now? And life presents opportunity in a different way to different people. So don't compare yourself with anybody. Just run your race. So back to the guy. He came out with a pass and he felt there's nothing he could do. But one day, one of his uncle remembered him. And this uncle of his was in a oil company who was to retire. So there was none around him. And of course, sometimes in some oil companies, they have this rule that, okay, once you're retiring, definitely you can always replace yourself with another person. You have the capacity to bring somebody in. Do you understand now? Of course, as an insider, you can always bring somebody in, which, of course, I feel these things also happen in some other business environments too, or in some other parastatal, where if you are retiring, they give the opportunity for you to still have maybe one member of your family to come over and then take over. So this was the opportunity that came for this guy. So this uncle now remembered him. So he said he should come and see him. And so when the uncle now said, "Did you go to school? Which school?" The guy said, "I went to school. Of course, I went to school. There's a way I went to school. There's a way you will even be terrified. You will even be terrified to even say, there's a result maybe that you cannot even say, this is my result. Oh, I went to school. But what? When opportunity meets preparedness, sometimes your qualification might not even be the yardstick. The only thing is just that they are just looking for the fact that, do you have it? Do you have something that can show that yes, you have it? So the uncle said, well, so far, in fact, the uncle did not even ask. The uncle was so joyful because he had been looking for somebody in his family. That's a good man anyway. It's very scarce to see such people like that now. He has been looking for somebody in the family just to bless with that opportunity. So the man told him, oh boy, you have certificate. You have certificate, as in no be goof, no be scam. You have certificate. The guy said, yes, I have. That's all. Go and bring it. My brethren, guys, this was how that guy became an oil company worker. His grade was not the yardstick. It was just the fact that his certificate, he went to school, he graduated. That was what that opportunity needed. As opposed to the other guy I said in my other video, the previous video, whom the opportunity to came begging. And at that time, the opportunity was just only looking for SSC. You see, very faithful guy in the church. But the day when the opportunity that needs SSC came, he couldn't find them. God will do his part. You too must do your part. We shouldn't put your own duty and put it to God. That's indolence. You understand now? God is not even interested in a lazy person, because even when he created Adam, he gave him work to do. He told him, be doing this, be doing that. He didn't tell him to be lazing around. He gave him an activity to do. So in the Garden of Eden, so you too, you have to create your Garden of Eden. Don't be lazy in your Garden of Eden. And in your Garden of Eden, it may be an education that is needed when the opportunity comes. So that was how that guy became an oil company worker with a pass. With a pass. That's all the opportunity needed. A certificate. There was also another woman that, of course, there is this side, in Nigeria. I believe that at least culturally, this narrative, perhaps some of the elders might want to change it. But what happened is just that, the family people came, you understand now, and they wanted to take over the property of the husband. In fact, they took over the property of the husband, not even caring for the fact that the woman had given birth to children for their man. That's for their son. Now our son, and all this property. He has to. That was how they confiscated the property, quote and unquote. They took over everything, chased the woman away with her children. Man, such kind of culture. It is well, anyways, that's not where I'm going to. But there was a pocket knife. The woman had a pocket knife, which became a saving grace at that very dire moment. The actor inside that woman, no one die. Actor no dey die for film. You understand now? So the actor inside that woman remembered that, oh girl, you have been doing a full housewife before. Now these people had come and show themselves. At least you are not useless. You are not indolent. It's all circumstances of the fact that your husband wanted you to be a full housewife to take care of the children. But now that life has turned, now that life has brought, the problem. So he said, no, you have to surmount this mountain. He brought out her certificate. She was a graduate. Brought out her certificate and went in search of job. And that was what just opportunity needed. By the time he went to 1, 2, 3 places, guys, she got a fantastic job. In fact, at that very point in time, she had a reasonable excuse. Should I put it like that? Her predicament became a paving way for her. By the time you got to a place, I say, she's a widow. Let us help her with so number of children. And that alone, that predicament became a testimony for her. It became something that is, that saved her, or that paved way for her. Perhaps those places where she got to, as being a full housewife, she might not have been able to get that opportunity. But immediately, because of the fact that, people were emotional, and when they listened to her story, they were moved that what kind of wicked family is that? And because of that, they all had to stand up and help her. They helped her, gave her a fantastic job because she had a certificate. So don't despise that pocket knife. It could be your saving grace. It could be what will help you the day your helpers come. So whatsoever your hands find doing, do it well. Education is the bedrock of innovation. Even if you do not use your certificate to maybe work under somebody, but your own enterprise, your own work, or whatsoever it is that you are doing, there's a best way you will present yourself that will make you to stand out amongst many. You cannot, and nobody can underrate the efficacy and the importance of education, either formal, non-formal, or with whatsoever, but at least school up. One way or the other, try to school up, because that could be a pocket knife that becomes your intellectual weapon that could save the actor in you one evil day. And when you have it, you have your testimony, and that is where you say, thank God I have this hidden somewhere in the arsenal of my weapon, or in the arsenal of my intellectual weapon. I'll see you in my next video. It's your transformational speaker, Okpe Abegunde. Click, like, share, and of course, you can share your comments, and it will be well welcomed. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking time to listen to this. I love you. Cheers. Have a very nice day. Have a very nice week. And have a very nice month. And also a fruitful 2026 ahead. Your pocket knife could be your savior in a day you do not expect. Don't despise it. I'll talk about another one in the next video, another pocket knife that could also be a saving grace. See you there. Bye.